Capricorn, welcome back for your November reading. I had uploaded the videos and placed them into a folder. The folder was showing that it was open, but the actual videos were closed. Therefore, some of the videos would not have completely played all the way through. That's what I'm gathering. So if you're wanting to make a booking, you can go to the link directly below. I am doing this on the 1st. So life has been fairly hectic, but I'm plodding along and I am getting there. Okay, sorry about the noise in the background. I have a rent inspection coming up, so I'm trying to maintain life. Now, the shop is open if you're wanting to go through to the website. I have discounted many of the items, and that's for those of you who wish to purchase something for Christmas. There is various postage fees connected to whichever's going to fit your needs, however quickly you want it and within your budget. Now, what energy is coming through for you guys? I feel you have some choices to make. A lot of the energy, I had actually meditated on the energy connected to the zodiac signs, and a lot of what was coming through was still connected to home. So there is an energy or an element directly connected to home that in this month is going to be still relevant and on the table for communication and conversation. It might be that you physically have somebody living at the home and they're moving out, or that the new way that you want to live may be in a different location. Now, this doesn't mean to say that where you're currently living is going to end at this given point in time. It may very much be that you're moving that energy forward, where you're forward thinking about what you want life to look like on the home front or where you physically want to live. But it feels more in the new year, and this is very relevant for every zodiac sign. And the reason this energy is coming through yet again is that you've got to look back over your entire year and think of the things you've dealt with this year. Sum it up. Now, generally we tend to do this come New Year, but for some reason this energy is coming through to me that we're better off to be prepared right now and understand the process of what we've physically been going through. Being a number 1 year, it did very much feel as though we were a glass and we felt whole, although the year prior in 2016, it was a very heavy energy and we weren't able to directly deal with things as much as we physically have this year. Although the energy has been in some shape or form as heavy as 2016, it's been different because it's come month by month. So it's been an area will crop up which you need to directly deal with. For many of us, every aspect of life this year would have and has been changing. Now, yes, we can say that's natural, but it has been a heavier energy. So it's been directly connected to home, your friendships, your jobs, and how you're working in them, if they vibrationally directly connect to you. All of these things have been up in highlight. A lot of what has been coming up during those times has also been connected to home, also connected to your truth and your power within yourself. Now, in a way, what you've got to realize is if you can picture back over your entire year and see energetically what has come up for you personally, if you've done the work directly connected to those areas, you're going to find what you're creating is a stable foundation for the new in 2018. And I will be discussing this in the videos coming closer to 2018. Very much this year has been a tower event, and it's not that the foundations and the core of who we physically were is not there. It's we're fine-tuning those aspects so that we're being more authentically ourselves and in that energy of doing the things that feel directly correct for us and not making excuses anymore connected to, well, another person feels I should do it this way, or society says life should be in this given shape or form. I do feel an energy around you that's just popped through, which is directly linked to family, and a feeling of their opinion of what you should physically be doing, and it is irking you. So you've been giving too much and you need to own your voice. This is also what is coming up this month. So you've got two elements going on. You're going to have the element of home, which is going to be an epiphany moment with the aspects of clarity coming through. You're also going to have a challenge directly connected to communication. Now, you need to physically look at yourself and kind of work out, when you communicate, are you direct? If you are, how you're going to be is opposite. But for you, I feel you generally are direct, but of late have been more suppressed in relation to communication. Now, this hasn't been because you don't have that power. It's because you've reserved the power back to assess the entire situation as a whole. Now you're sort of waiting on the clarity in order to communicate your truth connected to what you're physically going to do from here. So I hope this directly makes sense for you. So however your energy has been, it's going to be the complete opposite. So for many of you, it might be that you are quite direct, therefore you're going to be quite reserved connected to communication, and you're going to be sort of waiting and assessing situations within the communication. Energetically, it is going to feel a little bit agitational. So whatever you're doing is going to be pulling triggers directly connected to you. Also, what you're going to find is a lot of snippets between November and January. We're compiling all of 2017 into a very short space of time. Generally, we have these energies being purged or processed in the new year. So New Year's Eve, so to speak, or the week prior. This also can be directly connected to an anniversary as such, which is what I'm seeing coming through. So there may be an anniversary, a physical wedding anniversary, the anniversary of a person's birthday who's passed over, an energy directly connected to something. It feels like a sad event, but it's not. It's past tense. But again, this is for some of you, but it's an anniversary as such. And I don't know why that's directly relevant, but that's what's coming through. So feel free to share. I do read the comments. Yeah. Okay, they don't want me to talk about that anymore, so I'll leave that be. It will be correct for you if you feel that's directly connected. Now, I have shuffled the cards, and in some of the videos, I've been drawn to actually pull cards in relation to the general section. Now, I don't feel a mass of heavy energy connected to you guys, but I am drawn to pull the cards. So I'm going to pull the cards for family, money, and general. You're very much in your mind and your thinking. And I don't know what you're processing on. Again, for some of you, medical related is coming through. Now, again, I'll say I'm not a doctor, but this is the energy that's physically coming through. I feel it might be for some of you a test result that you've been waiting on. And this is an energy that is coming through for you guys. It's also a process, a road, and a decision that you are physically wanting to make, but have reserved your energy in connection to it as to what you're going to do. I don't feel you to be too fussed connected to New Year's and Christmas, and it might be due to some things going on within the family that you're thinking, well, do we really have to? That's what it's feeling like. It doesn't have to be. It can be due to the fact that you're actually processing other things, and I feel that there's conversations going on already connected to what you're going to be doing in the new year, where you're going, and where everyone fits in. I do feel you would be quite happy to hermit, just to just go off somewhere and and do your own thing. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, that kind of does make sense. Okay, you have the medicine bag in reverse, which is all about healing. However, it's directly crowning your family energy. So in some shape or form, you're feeling physically that there is a situation that can't be fixed, and it's confrontational. So for some of you, this could be on the health front. Sorry, I got the washing machine, the dishwasher, and everything going on at once. Which is probably what you've got going on in your life. You're keeping quite busy so that you can avoid these aspects directly connected to trigger points that are coming up for you. But it's your way in which you physically process that relevant information for yourself while you're thinking in these things. So the crowning energy connected to family, you have medicine bag in reverse. Now this is aspects of healing, aspects of a solution, seeing the positive in a situation, even if it is negative. You have this in reverse, and I'm feeling as though I don't feel a heavy energy. I feel an energy of you accepting a situation for what it is and knowing what it's going to be. And this can be directly connected to home and what can be going on with you at the moment, or it could be directly connected to Christmas or an anniversary and a gathering as such that I'm physically seeing. Now, in this gathering, you're thinking, yes, this is the drill. Do we really have to? And that's sort of the energy I'm feeling around it. Now, this could be related in some other area in your life where family and a gathering as such, or a group to the core, you know what they are vibrationally, but you'd prefer to avoid because you already have played it out in your mind as to how it's going to be, and you're thinking, this has been Groundhog Day. Do we have to keep going over this old ground? Now, again, what I suggested before I'd pulled the cards was very much directly connected to trigger points. Now, if you've done the work through the year and this is now cropping up yet again in your mind and it's been nagging at you, we have that cycle of warnings. So you have aspects directly connected to, you'll have a light bulb moment, and then you will have an example and you'll be going, oh, I really do need to directly deal with this. And I feel your gut really heavy in the energy where you're thinking, oh, that energy is so yuck. I don't like being around scenarios like this. Now, for some of you, I feel directly I am seeing, I don't know why I'm seeing this. Okay, there is a woman. Now, this might be a direct message for one female who is watching this video. Now, she has curly hair. It's grey. And she is unwell but reserving her throat chakra, so she's not speaking her truth. She actually does not want to be in this environment, in this family dynamic. Now, this message could be for the lady who did message me on my psychic page. I might be tapping into your energy because she was asking where the video was, so it might be a direct message for you, but it's just popped up during the reading, so I'll put it out there, and please feel free to email me and I'll elaborate if need be. Okay, an aspect connected to family, the whole picture is not yet to be seen. But the reason this is coming up and you vibrationally all are feeling this way is because it's a trigger point directly connected to previous scenarios. And our energy is needing to, before the end of the year, not sweep these situations under the carpet, very much directly deal with the energy so that you can physically move forward with that journey. So it feels a very heavy energy. My gut is feeling very heavy connected to it. Now, money. What's going on with your money sector? Okay, on a monetary front, this could be a trigger directly connected to family or a different area. You're not wanting to spend your money or invest in a situation, and this might be a joint venture. So pause if you're vibrationally feeling this is an incorrect decision. Really assess it. This might be a group gathering and you're saying, let's all go on holiday together. It's something connected to what people are requesting you to do with the cash. It's not, so your intuition saying no, people are saying yes. If you vibrationally don't connect with that, then you need to stay in that energy and not do that, or pause until you vibrationally are at that point where you feel this is a good deal. But the advice I'm getting is, if you do it, you will regret it. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. If you vibrationally can get to a point you feel very comfortable with it, then it's something that you should move forward with. And you do have freedom of will directly connected to this. But the energy I'm feeling is you feel iffy about a situation and you need to follow your gut directly connected to it. Okay, you do have the tools and the money in order to move forward with this venture. So it's not directly connected to the fact you don't have the cash. It might be directly connected to you had plans to do something else with the cash, but maybe you are able to deal with this situation at a financial level and work out a way through a scenario. So if you're feeling the cash isn't flowing, you do have the tools in order to generate this. And I can see for some of you, it might be related to additional hours, but that's not for all of you. It does feel in some shape or form you have power in the situation, but due to the fact you're processing, you're reserving that power back for the full assessment. And it's connected to, it's literally just fallen on storyteller card because you don't have the full picture yet. So wait till you've got the full picture and then you can make your decision. But again, freedom of will. I can't take responsibility for your actions. Again, in your general life, there's something, oh God, there's something you're not seeing. And it's going to shock you when you do. Or maybe you're actually shocked that you're not seeing something play out the way you thought it was going to go. But there's something you're not seeing. And you need to be very cautious. I'm seeing a person around you. And if you have a contract at your home, please be aware of their whereabouts during the time they're in your home. Because it's something you're visually not seeing. And it might impact you. And again, this is a message for only a small few of you. If that's directly relevant to you, please be cautious. You're also not as playful at the moment in your vibrational energy. Now, this is directly connected to you, not your childhood, not children, you to the core. Your vibration has changed. And again, I feel you're doing healing, but I feel you've actually done the healing. And a lot of times when our soul changes, what happens is we vibrationally change to the core. And, you know, for many, they're not going to get the whole mumbo jumbo of spiritual talk. So at a vibrational level or at a physical feeling level, internally, you know you've changed. And it's then the body as such that, and the emotions and the triggers directly connected to it that have the issue catching up. So if this is what's going on, it's a vibration. And so the frequencies between your soul and your core body have not aligned yet. So that will happen. And it's a bit like a Kundalini awakening. You know, you're going through the emotions to vibrationally get to a point where you're grounded. And you can say, right, I'm ready to deal with my change that I've had, what has happened, and how I can directly deal with everything, and feeling energetic and knowing that you have the strength to deal with whatever is coming or whatever choice you need to make. I hope that makes sense. Best way I can describe it. Otherwise, if you're needing some help in that, make a booking and we'll get on to the couples. Okay, we'll leave that as crowning energy. Something directly connected to your relationship. Something connected to your happiness within the relationship is coming up. Now, this can be you are happy or you're not, but it's a yes or no. And it's how you currently feel about the given situation. So that is the answer, directly connected to relationship. So if you vibrationally feel you're fantastic, and things are moving and you need the clarity, it's a yes. If you're vibrationally feeling what's going on, then it's highlighted for a reason. You need to follow your intuition, but you need to see. So you need to, yeah, you need to see. So just wait and see. Hold the energy, hold where you are, and let's see what the cards are saying and what I'm feeling. Okay, you've had a lot happen in the past. A lot that has transpired in the past is very much coming up. And I'm going to do your reading very differently. Okay, past, present. Give me some cards for the present. Ooh, there's a lot going on now too. You're undecided whether a situation is happy or not. You're undecided whether you have the clarity connected to it right now or not. But you're also processing aspects of the past. Now, your intuition was telling you something was going on. You had to rest and meditate. And it was directly connected to love. I feel in some shape or form you felt you gave too much. Or give too much. I don't know why, but for some of you, I am feeling there is a left or a right directly connected to your romance currently, and that's for who this is vibrationally relevant for. Okay, and then the partner. Interesting reading. You're the only one I've done this for, so I don't know what's going on with you guys. Okay, I feel the information coming through is directly connected to other people, not you. I feel you are quite intuitive and have always had this gift. Vibrationally to the core, you have a gut feeling directly connected to situations that are played out, what's been happening. You have had to rest, and something really took its toll on you within a given relationship. Now, this could have been illness, this could have been stress. At the moment, this is a past tense energy of what has gone on. So if this message is for you, it's directly connected to what you went through. So although you had the intuition, you also needed to recoup and process and emotionally feel what has gone on. Now, this energy could be directly connected to you holding everyone at bay because you physically needed to process aspects of life. For some of you, this can be directly connected to a passing of a loved one and an anniversary, which was physically coming through in the general part of the reading. Now, sometimes people can take many years to process these energies. 10, 15, 20. And, you know, as time goes on, it does become a bit more bearable to directly deal with it, but you never forget. The feeling I'm getting is directly connected for who this message is relevant for, is you do know that this person who has passed over is still with you. And they do come to you in totems directly connected to messages of a visual nature that might be directly connected to their personality. I know my grandmother directly visits me through dandelions and making a wish. So I may be really in a state where I'm physically processing and thinking, okay, what should I do? And my grandmother is very much a guide and an assistant within my spiritual kind of life. And she visits me directly connected to this, and at times I smell red door perfume. I physically love red door perfume, but I cannot wear it because it belongs to my grandmother. So for my friends who give me red door, I really love red door, but I can't wear it, so please do not give it to me. Okay, it did. Now, for some of you, this could be directly connected to your energy levels and how you physically felt. Now, this could be directly connected to illness, and that you were super sensitive energetically. It made you feel very emotional. And it can be directly connected for some of you that it was a passed over loved one. that you were physically married to or connected to in a relationship, and you were moving through this energy. That's not for all of you, but it does feel in an aspect, it could be that an aspect of the relationship physically changed. Now, this could be children leaving the nest and you feeling that, you know, you knew this was coming. It wasn't something that was a surprise. Then, you know, it did wear you out, so to speak, something directly connected to an emotion, directly linked to you, not necessarily to the relationship. Now, how do I say this? Okay. This card came up left or right. Now, this isn't the current, this is in the current position. So when it comes to anything to do with money, be it you're going to get it, so this could be inheritance, you know, and at the moment, a lot of your energy is coming through in your relationship read over your actual partner yet. But I have pulled cards for them to see what's going on with them. You physically have a situation externally or directly linked to family members or people that connected to money, you're unsure what to do. For some of you, this could be you are directly the person who is dealing with the will, the executor of the will. Or you're writing up paperwork directly connected to will for some of you. But something of a nature of a sense of responsibility connected to cash feels directly connected to your shoulders. You're very, very cautious because you're scared somebody's going to rip you off, that somebody's going to take from you, that the balance is not going to be given fairly. For some of you, this might be a legal related document that you're really needing to read the fine print. I can see page 3 as a very important page. Please do read it. It does feel towards the bottom of the page, there is a section that needs to be read. It's important. Please read it. Now, this is triggering nostalgia from the past. And really you're regressing back over, you know, things from the past. And I can see for some of you, there is children directly around you, which are bringing up aspects of your childhood, but not in a bad way, more in a very innocent, loving sort of way. Now, these don't have to be your grandchildren or your direct children. It could be other people's children, or a moment you're physically having in the shopping center, or a location where a child is triggering that memory. Now, in that moment, what you're remembering is a message from your guides, I'm being told. So when this happens, please pay attention to your surroundings, because your surroundings and your thought at that given point in time are telling you who's directly with you at that point. So if you are walking about and this could be for the guys, they're mowing the lawn and they see some children, it feels directly connected to that time frame. You visually seeing the children, the trigger of a memory coming through, and what you were thinking on before you were doing what you were doing is the direct message to who is around you and supporting you connected to that issue at that point in time. I hope that makes sense. And again, please do tell me how this directly relates. Future. There is going to be a change. So you're going through a heavy energy, and I am feeling it will be maybe 1 to 2 weeks, but it is something that has been ongoing and it is starting to move forward. But there is going to be a change, and it does feel lighter in energy. This can be for some of you that you've been dealing with fertility or pregnancy or a plan in mind. It does feel that there might be anger directly connected to it from external people. And this could be of how a situation is going to completely play out. But it's feeling it's going to be fair, but more connected to you. And I don't know why you are the aspect that is so important at the moment, but it feels connected to, if this is paperwork related and there was an unfair situation, I feel to the core, your partner is at the side and you're directly dealing with these energies, and they vibrationally know what you're feeling, and what you're dealing with, but you just want to get it done. You just want to get back to business as usual. But during that time of what you're dealing with this month, it is feeling as though it's not business as usual because you have too much on your plate. I do feel people really calling on you and actually asking you to run errands, to assist, and this can be with children. It feels everyone's pulling you left, right, and center. And you're mute. You're mute because you're processing at such a large rate this month that try to not be hard on yourself, because I do physically feel you're doing very well and you're able to handle this energy. It's going to create triggers in you, but they're necessary triggers to come out where you can have a free soul. So even if it does feel heavy and it's like, I always have to do this, this isn't fair, working through that energy is going to assist you at a different level connected to your life and what's supposed to happen. So trust in the process, please. And balance for you at an emotional level, it's going to physically free you so you can get back to your life. But this is an end of a cycle, I'm hearing. It's an end of a cycle connected to a way of living, what's going on, and how you can physically be free. Because by having certain trigger points come up, it's going to change you forever. So go with it and know that next month is totally different. Now, if you are needing assistance with this, please do book a reading and I will tap directly into your energy. Where as many of the clients that come through know I don't directly need the cards for the readings because I am psychic. So if you're needing help, book a reading. Now, your partner, and I'm going to pull, what am I drawn to pull? Romantic cards. Romance cards. Romantic cards? Maybe they're romantic. Okay, they're feeling quite balanced, and they're going with the flow connected to this, and they do know deep down this is a necessary transition that needs to transpire. So they're being very understanding, and this for them can be directly connected to their life or yours of a legal matter that you're directly dealing with. It can be that you're dealing with a Libran. It doesn't have to be, or the justice system. And it can be that you're supporting them through a process, so it doesn't have to directly be you physically going through it. It can be your partner. And, you know, although there has been a pause and a limbo, they are letting go and going with the flow connected to this. And it is a matter of time, and they do know that it will turn. And they are balancing things, and they know you're balancing things, and you're waiting on the clarity. You're going to have faith. They have faith in you. They have faith in the entire process, and they know it's going to be what it's going to be. So it might be that the ball's in your court, or it might be that they're just going with the flow. 3 cards for couples, please. Okay, very much they feel directly connected to you. Now, this could be a trigger point or directly connected to the two of you together. This could be a trigger point from your partner where they physically are seeing you as a soulmate. And I'll pull a clarification for that because I'm being shown 50-50. So they either, and you will know this to the core vibrationally, they either physically feel you're their soulmate and there's no ifs and buts about it. If the energy between you does not feel connected, like an umbilical cord and tight, then this means they physically are feeling an external situation was a better suit for them. But I'm not directly feeling that. I feel it's more 50-50. So past life is coming up for them, soulmate, and an engagement. So, you know, if you're just in a coupleship, you could be moving to the next level. It can also be directly connected to a sense of communication and a connection or a physical engagement. Now, I'll pull 3 for you. And then 1 for the middle. Ooh, your energy. That's weird. 3 just dropped down. Okay. Trust in the process, please. Trust it. You know, everything worth having is worth waiting for. So if it means the clarity, please wait. If it means this process for the tying up of loose ends to come about so you too can move forward, then trust that process and please work with that energy. The challenge isn't to punish you, it's to make you both stronger, and there is a connection to them. And it's something you're passionate about. So what you're physically doing, keep doing. If you're not passionate about it, directly look at it and ask yourself why and why you're on that path. And one for the advice in between. Keep it light and happy. Okay? Now, singles, what's going on with you guys? Okay, there's something directly connected to your life that you're pausing on. And again, it might be that, again, in the general section, it was talking about the factor that you need to see. And you're not seeing something, so you're not making a decision. And it feels like a heavy energy connected to no. Now, for your energy as singles, I feel your energy to be different. I feel you to be a lot more grounded. I feel you to be very assertive, but internally, not externally and verbally. Verbally, you're going to use your words correctly, I feel. But at the given time, you're holding your energy back so that you can do the communication, because it's not going to happen right away. It's going to happen on your terms. I'm being shown, and I'm just seeing it all go by. Okay, you definitely got loved ones around you at the moment. Okay, so you're going to do something, you're on the right path, but it's going to happen when you feel it's correct. Again, monetary wise, something to do with an investment. Now, this doesn't have to be a financial investment. It can be an emotional investment that's coming through. And it can be directly connected to cash, but it doesn't have to be. It feels, this energy's come up sideways. So again, you're undecided and you haven't got enough information yet. And I feel it's more you feeling grounded. This could be due to a past tense situation. So you're just waiting to see what the process is going to be. You don't want to move away from a situation. You have this card in return. There you go. So it could be someone returning. So you don't want to move away from a particular person. And again, you're enjoying your life to the core of what's happening and what you're doing and what you're working on and your friendships around you, but you're processing. It feels like, you know, although you've walked away from something, I feel the energy behind you where you're processing and you're thinking about it. So it might not even be that you physically left a scenario where you're casually dating and getting to know them, if this is relevant for you. It more feels that it's a left or right. You're like, I'm still not quite sure. Base it around what you feel energetically. Don't jump into it if you're not directly ready for this. Now, this can be a water sign, but I do see each element within this reading. So the heaviest energy coming through is there are air signs. But there's one of each, really. So for this person who you're directly thinking about, inquiring about, or who is coming towards you, they're dealing with issues at a very difficult level. So it might be they're physically having difficulties in their life, or they're not knowing how to move forward with the situation. This can be for you a person from the past and they don't know how to move away from you, because you have this card in reverse. Okay, they're weighing up the situation, and that's why they don't want to move away. And your energy is saying exactly the same thing. For some of you, you might have physically gone for a reading. There's 2 to 3. Oh, God. Okay. I'm being shown, don't look outside of yourself for the answer. You can get the clarity, but when you have the clarity, I see that I'm being shown if you see, you will believe. So it might be that you do have a reading and there is clarity, because certain intimate things that the person tells you might be so vibrationally spot on that you then go back and process and you get the clarity. So this could be through a YouTube video, and it doesn't have to be mine. It can be any YouTube video that triggers that aspect in you to help you see clarity directly connected to the issue. They're saying yes. So with these, I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to get advice connected to your chakra. There's too many, no. And it's going to be a shock. That's the only thing I'm guessing here. The person who's coming towards you or is directly connected to you from the past isn't at the moment seeing the clarity, and they're unable to use their intuition. They have too much going on at the moment. And you might not hear from them right away, and they might not hear from you right away, but you are on their mind. So you've got intuition in reverse directly connected to them, so they're unable to see or process. They're not hearing anything. There's no sound. The mind. So to ground this situation, you can get products directly connected to clarity or grounding the situation. Now, I do have masculine and feminine products on the website where you can get an amethyst and meditate with a white candle. So the mind for this person directly connected to them, they are thinking about you. Try and white light them to help them. If you're wanting them to come back, try and be very peaceful in the energy. So try and ground yourself connected to it and take a deep breath. And if it's getting too problematic in the mind when you're thinking on this person, breathe, shut it down, do something else, because they will receive your signal. For those of you who are currently going through this energy yourselves, do the same. Try and ground yourself. I knew this video was going to be long, jeez. It's going to take ages to upload. So I might open the other video, so apologies if you get this late, but better late than never. Okay, you don't emotionally feel balanced at the moment, signals. Don't take that personal. The vibration is there to help you get balanced. So this is in reverse, and it's directly connected to this person who's coming, how you feel about your past, and what's going on to vibrationally get you ready. No choice is going to be made at the moment. Stop looking at the clock. Just keep going. Say, oh, well, I was looking at the clock. It's taking too long. There you go. Say epiphany moment. And you're not wanting the guidance yet. And you don't need the guidance. You need to go with the flow connected to this. So where it comes to enjoying like your life, you don't need guidance connected to that because it's fallen on that card. It's directly more connected to you processing on a romantic level and directly connected to your past. So this can be childhood, it can be things in previous relationships that have come up in trigger points. You're going to know directly how that's relevant. And I've just had a card drop, so I will read it. Preventing wellness is easier to accomplish than correcting wellness. Okay, so try and keep yourself as grounded as possible. What would be the best way to explain it? Nurture yourself. That happiness that you have, don't take that as, oh God, is that a lack? You know, because all I have is my own world. Don't look at it that way. If you're getting into that vibration where life is getting heavy and you're going, what's going on with this relationship? Look between the couples and the singles, because that'll give you a direct energy. If you're in two minds about a relationship, that is the best way to do it. But try to maintain your health. Don't let love get you to a point where, and the funny thing is these messages always directly link to me in my life somehow when advice is given. Try to get to a place where you nurture yourself. So if you're getting very run down and there's a lot of processing going on, message to self, nurture thyself. For the guys, go and have some time alone. Go fishing, go do you. Not your mates, go have some time for you. For the females, the same thing. Go have a bubble bath. Go do something physically for you. Get your hair done. But, you know, do something for you, and that gives you the clarity. It doesn't put any pressure where you got to put some facade on that you're really super happy when you're really not feeling it. So take the pressure off. Do you. If you're needing a booking, you can go to the link. The shop's open. I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye.